Hey, welcome to Big Lou 2, and today I'm going to be reviewing a roll-up chessboard for you. Yes, it's a wood-grain chessboard. It ain't made of wood. It's made of neoprene with a polyester type surface on it, so the pieces slide a little bit. Not like vinyl, not like a wood board, but they slide a whole lot better than those old style Mousepad boards, the one with the thick neoprene, and they had like a cotton backing and the pieces wouldn't slide on them at all, and they could only print like one color on them or something. Anyway, this is actually the second wood grain chessboard I've bought from one of Shelby Lorman's companies. He's now working with Chess Gorilla at chessset.com up in New York. And but before I get into that board, I've got a score to settle with Mr. Shelby Lorman. This is a personal grudge I've held for 5 years. A while back, he was working for or working with or owner of American Chess Equipment, Wii Games or something like that. And they, when they came out with the thin Mousepad boards, they came out with the wood grain boards first. Other people were doing these bright colors and stuff, but they came out with the wood grain Mousepad boards first, and I bought one from him. Yep, this one. Wow. All right, it's walnut and maple. And then he did a video about 5 years about these, and he called this one his most boring one. He called it boring. It's the one I bought. I thought it matched the wood piece I was using it with. By the way, I've had this for about 5 years now. I bought it in 2021. And I want you to know that these ends, I've used it quite a bit. All right, I don't use it all the time because I've got several, but I've used this quite a bit. And the ends are not raveling on it. I also like the fact that the numbers and letters on it were printed in black, where everything else is printed in brown, so it didn't get washed out. Anyway, it's a beautiful board. He called it boring. I call it subtle. Subtle. It looked good, the wood pieces that I use it with. But now I've bought one from him from his new company. Made just with the same quality. The new company's called Chess Gorilla, same quality. But this one does not have notation on it. Yep, and you know what? It's anything but boring. You probably saw it. It's elm and burl wood. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. So that's burl wood is the knotty part of wood, and this is sort of a red burl wood. And he calls it a wingy border, which is like an ebony thing. But look, no notation. No notation. See, and I thought this one might be too loud. It's anything but quote unquote boring. It's anything but subtle, but it looks good with the brown and tan pieces I use, which are from another chess brand. I've got a review of these pieces on my board with that on my channel with an olive colored board from that company. But anyway, this is an absolute beautiful board, but I've been looking for one that didn't have notation that looked good. Most of the Mousepad boards I can find without notation are the old style fat thick Mousepad boards with the cotton tops that don't slide very well, and they're just in like a green and white, not even a green and buff. Buff is like a tan, with like the color of the light squares on the dartboard back there. That's buff, all right? And it's hard to find buff. Yeah, buff is sort of like a wood color, all right? Yeah. And you can't find green and buff boards anymore, really. You really can't. I've got one from another brand, a vinyl one that I like to use on my Marshall pieces, but I thought this was gonna be a little loud. It is, but it's grown on me. I really like the look of this board. It's become my favorite chess set to use, especially with the Chess Gorilla silverback chess clock. And I tell you what, man, love it. And you can crumble it up and whatever. It's gonna lay flat. Look at that beautiful burl. Yep, I thought it was gonna be a little distracting. Maybe it is to my opponents because they're not used to it. And I've gotten used to it, and I tell you what, I really like it. All right, why do I want one without notation? Well, because these weird kids, man. Yeah, you know, the ones that like teenagers because they're weird. By the way, I'm a high school teacher. So if I call teenagers weird, it's because I love them. I've been teaching since the Clinton administration. You play with them, and then you like switch colors, and you're just playing like a 3-2 blitz game or a 5-0 blitz game, and you switch colors. We're not keeping score. We're not doing notation or anything. And they're like, oh, we got to turn the board around. Why? Because I'm white now or I'm black now, and we got to turn the board around because No, we don't. We're not using notation. We can ignore it. No, I got to turn it. No, you don't. If you're not using notation, ignore the notation. No, I can't ignore it because the king's got to be on E, so we got to turn the board around. But this is neoprene back. It doesn't just slide around like the vinyl boards. You got to actually pick all the pieces up off of it and turn it around. Well, we need to do it. You can't do it now because I ain't got notation. All I got to do is switch the pieces. That's why I wanted one without notation. I wish he'd print all the wood ones without notation. Of course, I wouldn't buy them because I got this one and I don't need it anymore. But I do kind of wish this one didn't have notation sometimes too. Who needs notation? Beginners, maybe? Remember that? You kind of know what the piece of squares are, whether it's algebraic or descriptive. I'll show you how to do it at the end of this video. Thanks for watching Big Lou 2. Let me show you some stuff about this board.
Well, I thought it would be distracting, that burl wood, but it's not. It's really pleasant to play on. Yes, it's bold, but it's beautiful, and I really like using my pieces that I have with this board, and other people do too. That's not me on the other side of either side of that chessboard. That's other people at my chess club. They like to use it and the clock. It turns head at the coffee shop where we normally play. People like to look at this setup. I think it's beautiful, even with wood pieces. Here it is with what I believe to be an old Druki set. I inherited this set from my stepfather. Not 80% sure it's Druki, but I'm pretty sure well, I am 80% sure it's Druki, but I'm pretty sure it is. And this is also a Shisham or Golden Rosewood set. It's called the HOS Championship Series. Looks good with these wooden pieces as well. But I'm normally going to use it with these plastic pieces that are in a brown and tan color. Different brand than Chessgorilla, but it's still good pieces. And I think it looks good with them. Anyway, I really enjoy using this setup.
H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. It's not hard to do. And if you're the white side, it's even easier because it's left to right. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. And since I don't have notation, I can do it my old-fashioned way because I'm old. Queen's rook, queen's knight, queen's bishop, queen, king, king's bishop, king's knight, king's rook. So this is knight to queen's bishop 3. Okay, now it's got 2 addresses because if a black knight got over here, it would be queen's bishop 6 because they have 2 addresses. All right, I can do it that way if I want to do it that way. That's right. You see, that is pawn to king 4. And this is also pawn to king 4. And this is pawn to queen 4. But this is pawn takes pawn at queen 5. That's right. I can do descriptive because I don't have the notation. Do it as I want to. Don't need the notation. All right, just don't need the notation. Back in algebraic notation, this is B4. All right, this is F6. It's real easy. You don't need the notation. I love not having the notation. I don't have to switch the board around when I want to switch colors. Just don't, because I can set them up over here and we can play again.